Last time on Fully Vetted.
Tell me about this car as far as how it became a part of your collection. So what's your favorite thing about this particular car?
This car, it's just fun to drive.
This week we jump right into interview number 6 with Steve Kalm and his 2011 ZR1. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Fully Vetted. We're here with Steve Kalm again today, and we're going to be talking about his C6 ZR1.
Correct.
Which is a beautiful car, by the way, Steve. I have to tell you, this is just a beautiful car. So give me the lowdown on this car. Tell me what's going on with it.
This is a 2011 ZR1, which is the top of the food chain for Corvettes. It's the top model. The first time General Motors ever put a supercharger on a production car is right here. The hood has the visible glass so you can see it, and it's such a cool thing, and everybody talks about that. It's pretty tracked out, right? It's got the carbon ceramic brakes, the great big huge rotors on it. It's wider than the coupe, right? Like the Z06 and the Grand Sport. Did you drive this car? It's again, totally different feel. They're all a different feel. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I changed the shifter in each of the C5, 6, and 7, and I would have done the 8 and the 4, but they don't make them for those. But so that I have the exact same shifting experience in all 3 cars, so that it feels the same. This was the first one that I did it on, was the C6, and I loved that shifter so much that I just went with it everywhere else. Much more comfortable. The seats are really comfortable. I drove this car across the country on the Corvette Caravan 4 years ago. So we did 17 states, there and back, different routes. Very comfortable car to drive. And you get out of the car after 6-8 hours of driving, and you're not tired, you're not exhausted. It's a lot of fun.
And how long have you owned this car?
Probably 7 years.
7 years, and it's a 2011, correct?
2011.
For those of you who didn't catch our couple of videos ago, we did the first ZR1 in the C4 version that Steve also has in his collection. And so go back and watch that video, pardon me, if you haven't already watched that one. So this is Steve's ZR1 collection along with his Evolution collection, right? That's pretty awesome. Steve, so tell me what this came from originally from the factory.
So originally from the factory, it was 638 horsepower to the back of the motor. From what I understand, that's how they rate these motors. And all of the cooling and all of that stuff is the same factory. So that's the way that's what it was. This is the LS9 motor. So it's a little different than what they had in the Z06, but this one comes with the first one, like I said, with the factory supercharger. And you see the hood is all exposed carbon fiber. And they were so proud of this, right? They wanted everybody to see it, so they put the glass in there. It's actually plastic that you can, so you can see the supercharger under the hood.
And so you've modified it to have what?
So now it's got Lingenfelter custom ground heads. It's got the Lingenfelter pulleys, which are smaller, so they spin the supercharger faster. And it's been tuned, and it also has the American Racing headers on it, and it has the Borda exhaust system, the attacks. So it's one of the loudest ones that they do. It's pretty loud.
I can attest to that.
So people that drove behind me on the Caravan wouldn't drive behind me again later in the day, because they said it sounded like you're traveling behind an airplane taking off at the airport.
So what's the noise level like inside?
You can't hardly hear.
That's amazing.
You do hear the pops, because
Sure.
It does pop a lot. So, and that's kind of cool anyway. There's a few mods to this car.
Okay.
I have the Lingenfelter custom heads on it. I have the American Racing headers on it. I have the bigger pipes going back, and then the Borda attack exhaust. So it's louder. and breathes better than the regular ZR1 or C6. I've also modified the ride control. They started the ride control back in the C4, and C5 had it. This one, the guy that invented the ride control was at the museum during the Caravan. And he's since retired from General Motors. He retired after the C7 version. And he was there, and he said, "You want me to do something cool to your car?" I says, "Of course." You know, so he took his computer and hooked it up to my car, and he put the calibration that they are using on the C7 for the magnetic ride control into this car. So I drove it out on the C6 version of the calibration. I drove it back with the C7 version. This only has 3 settings, where the C7 has 25 settings. But I got to pick the settings I wanted, and he programmed them in. And big difference in the ride. You could really tell that it had changed.
Amazing.
And so that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool, for sure. So when it came to the ride after the upgrade, what can you say was different about it?
Just the feel of the suspension, the cornering. You got a little more aggressive in the cornering. It was stiffer. But if you put it in the tour mode, it was like riding in a Cadillac. It was very soft and very where there wasn't that much difference between the 3 modes in the feel of the drive on the original one. But now you can feel the difference in the car. Just how it handles, how it turns, how it floats over the bumps and that kind of stuff. So that's what it does.
Amazing.
So if they don't know what it is, it actually has in the magnetic ride control, in the fluid inside the shock, it has little pieces of metallic stuff in there that as you make the magnet stronger, it stiffens the fluid. So the ride gets stiffer. Like for track, you want a really stiff ride. You don't want the body swing. You want it to just sit right down. So that's the idea behind it.
Pretty amazing the technology they have on these cars
yeah.
nowadays. I mean, it just blows me away. I mean, I keep saying this line over and over. It's just a night and day difference from the generation of Corvettes that I'm used to. Anything else about this car you wanted to talk about?
When we look at the tail lights, I did modify those a little bit. On the earlier models of the Corvette Racing, like C5, they first introduced the Jake logo in Corvette Racing. Somebody put it on the car for a race, and then it kind of stuck in it. So this car is actually an homage to that. Under the hood, when we get there, I'll show you. They actually have molded into the air intake the Jake logo. And so I wanted to continue that theme on the back. So I took the tail lights off and I sent them back to a guy in Texas, and he paints the inside. So I've also got the Jake on the tail lights in the back.
Awesome.
So just little things like that to just kind of make it my own.
Was that something Chevy actually incorporated, or was it all aftermarket?
No, it comes factory on the.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's listening to your fans, isn't it? That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. Unveiled in 2009, the C601 marked a monumental moment in Corvette history, proudly wearing the crown as the most powerful and fastest production Corvette of its time. The heart of this beast was a supercharged 6.2-liter LS9 V8 engine. From the factory, it delivered an astounding 638 horsepower and 604 pound-feet of torque, propelling the ZR1 from 0 to 60 in a blistering 3.4 seconds, with a top speed exceeding 200 miles per hour, earning it the nickname the Blue Devil. The ZR1 isn't just about raw power. Its design integrates cutting-edge technology and lightweight materials to enhance performance and handling. The extensive use of carbon fiber seen in the roof, fenders, and hood reduces weight while maintaining structural rigidity. The hood featured a polycarbonate window, giving a glimpse of the monstrous LS9 engine beneath. Performance enhancements extended to its advanced magnetic selective ride control system, which offers precise handling and a smooth ride, adaptable to both track and road conditions. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes ensure that this high-speed marvel can stop on a dime, providing the confidence needed for spirited driving. Inside, the ZR1 is a blend of luxury and sportiness. Premium materials, including leather and Alcantara, cover the seats and trim, while a heads-up display and a premium audio system enhance the driving experience. Despite its performance focus, the ZR1 doesn't compromise on comfort and convenience. The C6 ZR1's exterior is both aggressive and aerodynamic. Unique design elements such as wider rear fenders, a distinct front splitter, and a functional rear spoiler not only give it a menacing look, but also contribute to its aerodynamic efficiency. What makes the ZR1 C6 truly special is its ability to compete with supercars costing twice as much, offering an unparalleled performance-to-price ratio. It's a testament to Chevrolet's commitment to pushing the boundaries of what a Corvette can be, combining American muscle with sophisticated engineering. In summary, the C6 Corvette ZR1 is not just a car, it's a statement of power, innovation, and performance. It holds a special place in the hearts of car enthusiasts and continues to be a symbol of American automotive excellence. Stay tuned for more engaging personal stories about people just like you and me and the passion we have for the Corvette. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more exciting content.